So heading are title or subtitle used in HTML page. We have heading starting from heading 1, H1, which is H1, up to H6. So now let's start the code. Heading. So let's define H1 tag. H1 tag. That is heading 1. That's the first heading. So we have H1 up to H6. And starting from H1, I think the size of H1 is different from the size of H2. And the size of H2 is different from the size of H3. So I will run the result now and you see by yourself. So now what are the use cases of heading? For example, maybe you have a blog post or a news website. There are some time whereby you would want to highlight some key stuff. So heading is mostly used most of the time to highlight or to define page subtitle or title. So these are the use case of heading. And you would see that some words are more bolder and thicker. So that's how you can identify heading. And heading is mostly used by social what's it called? It's used by search engine to optimize the page. So you can use any of these headings starting from heading 1 to heading 6. So if you are starting a page and whenever you want to use heading at the first instance, you can start using heading with H1. So you want to define more headlines or more outlines, or if you want to define more headlines, you can now use H2 to H3 to H4, H5, and so on like that. So you start with H1. So because this heading by default they are very thick, that doesn't mean because you want to use a bold letter you should now think like, okay, heading is the best thing. No, the function of heading is to create subtitles and headlines. That's a function. It's not to make word bold. But though when you define heading by default you have bold text. So heading is used for headlines, subtitles. So that's a function of heading. So thank you very much. So now let's run this code down. You see how this the result appears on the browser. So now let's run it. Open file. So as you can see, that's that on heading. This is H1, that's the highest one, down to H2. This is H2 heading, this is H3 heading, H4, H5, H6, and so on and so forth. So that is that on heading. Thank you very, very much.